This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Network. Podcasts. I see you, Danger Entertainment. I see you.
Close the doors. We're gonna record. Gonna get the people talking on the Discord. Cheer.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
I don't know where it went, I just know it went to Dameron.
Please don't bring your immaturity and odd stuff to the table now.
You are spiky.
Folton, there's no easy way to say this. I met a person called Darling Battlestone. He was killed.
I want to fight you right now.
Caragor physically moves Folton away.
You don't know what it's like. I've just lost my brother.
I'm so sorry.
These guys have walked into the wrong bar.
Acid arrow.
That is a critical hit. He's just vaporized.
You should probably start talking, mate.
The adventure continues now.
Does anybody remember how to play this game?
No.
What game?
No, I forgot.
This Pathfinder 2nd edition.
This what now?
It's been a week.
Yeah, you got 3 actions, and then with one action you can turn it into a bird if you roll a 6. And if you roll 3 6s in a row, you have to kill the most immediate member of your party to your left.
I ain't no fucking bird.
We're all set then. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Danger Club podcast. How's everybody doing? How's everyone's week's been? Anybody doing exciting things? Ross, you look tired.
I'm always tired.
Is that your secret?
That's a secret.
Love that.
Yeah.
Incredible sulk.
Been having a little bit of a late night.
Yeah. Are you trying to? You're trying to get out that I went out last night. Okay.
Where'd
I
you
didn't
go
actually
now?
go out last night. I had a picnic, and I drank far too much gin, and ended up doing a little sick in the evening.
Oh,
A little sick.
That's what Dan wanted to
basket.
tell the Dangerlings. So that's one.
I mean, it's just literally a story about what you did last night. But it's not making a murderer here. I'm not doing serious investigative journalism.
That's the second podcast that we're going to release.
Yeah, we're going to do a true crime D&D podcast. Anyone have a week more exciting than Ross's, where he drank gin?
I was a
sick
clown.
in a bin. You're a clown.
I wasn't sick when I was a clown.
Very good.
That's not as good as Ross's story then.
You're right. I wasn't nearly as middle class. Although I was a clown in an art gallery, so that's pretty middle class. It was creepy and weird and sort of fun.
Send in the clouds.
Colin's got a flat cap on today, and I can only, because of the pop shield, I can only see his eyes. So over above it looks like Steptoe is sort of like mouthing music at me.
If you don't know who Steptoe is, Google it.
Oh, it'd be worth your time. I've had a traumatic week.
Tweeters and son.
It's a good show,
wait.
Harry H. Corbett,
Yeah.
one of the actors.
Yeah.
Nice. Classic. I've had a tough
Good,
week.
that went down well.
Hang on a sec. I think this entire thing has been merely to build up the fact that Dan has had
Dan
a
wanted to say
stressful
something.
week,
I've had a
and he wants to tell us all about his stressful week.
No,
Go on,
well, I
Dan.
wanted
So we
to
met
give
some
you
guys in a bar.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Oh, yeah.
What happened there?
Sorry, Dan.
It won't be worth it. No, I'm genuinely interested in your time, because the only time we all see each other these days is behind these microphones. So these preambles are my chance to find out how you've all been.
Bearing in mind, this is all getting cut. So, like, yeah.
I mean, I've been hanging out with you the entire day, so that's a lot.
Yeah, we watched a lot of wrestling.
Send in the clouds.
And we see each other every Monday as well, so also
Big old lie, big old porker there. Big old porker on the air.
I think Dan's what he's saying is he wants to see us more.
So that intro was pretty bad, wasn't it? Should we?
That's all getting cut, man.
Should we start again?
Send in the clowns. They're
Those
all
happy
ready.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
No, we can't use that.
no one's gonna know what the fuck was from.
They will know. Exactly, yeah.
In reference.
Now
What
that makes our original intro work. If we cut that together and then just go like,
Yeah,
right,
more work for me. Brilliant.
So help me, we will get a proper intro to this show. We'll get somebody say something funny so that I can say hello, everyone, and we can get this episode
You
off
can't
the ground.
say something funny. That never works, man.
It
never
will
works.
do.
It's
We
anathema.
are 6 very talented performers around a table. Somebody is going to say something funny.
Why don't you say something
you're
funny?
sausages.
Why don't you say something funny and we'll say hello,
Does
everyone?
that work?
No, that doesn't work. You can't. We've tried this before. You guys can't say that whole sentence.
What sentence?
Exactly. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming back and joining us. It's been a bit of a busy week. I found a few things I want to say thank you for this week. So we get lots of lovely reviews, and normally when we get reviews, because we record in advance, we do little shout outs at the end of episodes and stuff like that. Colin and I shout them out and we put them on the end. But I found there are some other reviews we haven't shouted out for a while, so I wanted to do it. So the way iTunes works, it only really shows you your local reviews. If you didn't know, if you haven't heard us say it a million times, iTunes reviews are really, really good for podcasts. They help people find the podcast. So if you haven't reviewed us,
Go and do it.
yeah, go scroll down, review us. So we try and shout people out. So I found out actually what we haven't been seeing when I've been looking at reviews. I haven't been seeing reviews from other countries, and we got a load of lovely reviews from America. So thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you, Gunny. Thank you, Free Range Geek. Thank you, Ryan Jones. Thank you, Omega 996, and thank you from the UK, Rover Gerg, who is on our Discord service.
Rover Gerg.
He's
Rover Gerg.
one of our regulars.
USA,
Thanks,
USA,
guys.
USA, USA, USA.
Oh, say, can you see?
Can you see?
The dancer,
Why is that
do words, do words.
Sings this.
Next line.
What so proudly we share in the twilight, something.
Very aware that the USA might think that we're mocking them now.
No,
we're not doing that. We're
that's
totally-
all right.
Big up the States.
That's okay.
Big up the States.
I'm just making sure. Yeah.
They've got a thick skin these days. America, they're famous for it. They can handle it. Like they'll be fine with a bit of mockery. They don't mind it, do you, America?
Hey,
Sweet as America!
And now at least we know what it would sound like if Beelzebub opened WrestleMania.
If you don't know who Beelzebub is,
I also-
go back and listen to our what was it called?
For
We did
Plaguestone.
something else. Yeah, Plaguestone. Thank you, Ross.
I also
That was
like. Did you call me Ross?
I did, yeah.
That happens, by the way, in our professional careers all the time. For
Does
some
it?
reason, people who book us and directors and introducers on stage think me and Ross are interchangeable. What do you think?
We are.
Things? Sometimes we get taken to calling ourselves Scoss, like we're going to make a documentary. I was going to say.
Rot would have been a much.
I know. We optioned rot and then we got rid of it. Okay, that was in the preliminary stages. We
it's a
workshopped that.
shame.
Not fun.
I like rot.
Yeah, well, you know what? Not a lot of people do. It's which is weird. The feedback didn't come very positive. I was going to say I liked Rover Gerg's name. I like how it's Rover Gerg. I like that. I like how you've made like a very, very dangerous god into just Rover Gerg. So shout out to you, Rover Gerg. Rover Gerg.
So I think we're in for a fun episode today. I think it's going to be a nice, funny one after everything that went down last week, with Ross putting in the best performance I think I've ever heard in a role-playing game.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Oh my God.
It all got a bit serious, didn't
I
it?
didn't know he could play the spoons. That's amazing. Obviously, for those of you who haven't heard the episode, it's quite something.
You were too busy watching rap videos.
I was. To clarify, actually, because we never did clarify that, it was a chinchilla, a white chinchilla.
Wow.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
See
you
the
were
video?
watching a video in the middle of a record.
No, it was auto playing. When I tapped on Pinterest to close it came up, and that's the last thing I was watching, and it just auto played the video.
You're looking
But
for the
it's-
small animal to drain.
It's
with your unholy powers
Yeah.
It's really super cute. It's a white chinchilla getting
until you
combed.
drained it
If ever you want to see something looking utterly zen,
and then drained.
if you got something you want to share with the group, oh, Scott.
No, I'm good now. I'm good now.
You're good.
Yeah.
Good.
Get that out of your system.
Yeah, just
I'd say it was a weird editing decision on Colin's part to put yakety sax over all of monologue. I enjoyed it, but we're going to find out because you have a prisoner, which is always a precarious situation.
It very
both for the
rarely works.
NPC and for me as a dungeon master. To when you have a prisoner to interrogate, so we'll find out how things go for him. I feel like Folton is not in too much of a talking mood.
I'm surprised he's still alive. Not Folton, the prisoner.
Yeah.
Do we think? Are we going to see? I guess we'll find out if we're going to see big changes from Fulton coming up. But
Oh yeah, you'll see. You'll see.
He's been through the ringer lately, hasn't he?
He has lost his best mate and his brother.
Is he going to shave off his beard?
Just out of interest,
Maybe.
does Fulton have a dog or anything? Just so I've got it for my notes in case.
Yeah, nah, I don't think so. No, he doesn't. Why?
Well, not
You know,
anymore. he
straw that broke the camel's back and all that.
Yeah.
Well,
Dog is a Keanu
We're
Reeves
already
fan.
precariously close to Roscoe and John Wick on me in real life. We don't need to start getting
He's going
that.
to kill a camel and a dog. That would be just monstrous.
So let's jump back to the Danger Club and let's see how we're going.
That's a sweet idea, Dan.
We're going to jump back into the world of Galarian. Thank you, Robert.
Holy danger, Dan man!
We're going to jump back to Galarian, but we are not going to jump directly back to Skelt.
What?
Instead, we're going to jump back a few years.
Oh.
We're in the Five Kings Mountains. It's a range of mountains with great dwarven cities. You've been in one already for Yanderhof, but this is the Five Kings Mountains has many, many different dwarven cities. And specifically, we are in the dwarven sky citadel of Highhelm, the capital of dwarven culture on Galarian, really. We're inside a house in there, like a sort of front room, maybe the kitchen or a sort of dining area, in what looks like a well-decorated dwarven home. So everything is expertly crafted, a bit similar to what we saw in Yanderhof. Everything's well-decorated. There's a table with the remains of dinner laid out on it. Over the hearth, there hangs a painting of an older male dwarf with 3 younger dwarves standing beside him. The youngest one has... We can even tell, even though it's just a painting, we can tell he's got a bit of a mischievous glint in his eye. And if we look really closely, we can tell it's a very young Folton Battlestone in the portrait. On the wall beside the paintings, there hang 3 great axes. They're hanging on wooden plaques fixed to the wall. One of them, it looks very old and is heavily notched. The other 2 look completely unused. Beside them, there is an empty plaque, one that does not have a battle axe currently on it. Folton Battlestone. A few years younger than we know him at the moment. He's standing by the door, wearing travelling clothes, wearing a backpack. He's having what looks like one final look around the room. He sighs to himself, reaches for the door to open it, and as he does, we hear a door behind him open from somewhere else in the room. So that's it then. You're just going to leave in the middle of the night without saying anything to us. We look over and we see Dallin Battlestone. If you listen to our Plaguestone episode, you'll know he's a dwarf a little older than Folton. He has his beard tied in neat braids to the side, and he's wearing well-to-do merchant's clothes. He's not armoured or armed or anything like that. He's just entered through one of the rooms and is staring at Folton.
I don't think you'd be up.
Aye, I thought I'd come down and clean things up. Things got a little heated back there with Father. I thought, wasn't expecting you to be up either, but I see you've got plans of your own.
Aye.
For God's sake, Folton, for Torag's sake, what are you thinking? You're gonna kill Father. You know what he's like. All of this talk, you've been sneaking out every night. Don't think we don't know where you're going at night. You're not going to your classes. I've seen your school reports. You're training. You're training with that wanderer, aren't you?
Aye.
I should have known. I should have never let it get this far.
It's not up to you. I don't want to be a smithy. I don't want the things that Pa wants me to do.
It's not up to you either, Folton. It's up to Father. The Battlestones were a warlike clan in generations past. It was Father that took us away from that path. He said we were going to be smiths, and we're going to be smiths. You should respect what he has to say about it.
I hate him, and I'm not going to respect him. I want a new life. I want to go places, to see things, to meet people. I don't want to be stuck here working and be a pathetic man like my dad.
Pathetic man! He takes a step forward and then thinks about it. And then he turns, walks across the kitchen to where the axes are hanging. He grabs one of the unused ones that is on the plaque and wrenches it free from the wood. He marches over to you and says, "Oh, you want to be a fighter, do you, eh? You want to go out there and be a fighter dwarf, do you? Here!" He shoves the axe into your hands. "Take my axe. It's never been used before out of respect for father, because one of us respects this family. One of us respects what it stands for. Take it out there and disgrace it like you're disgracing yourself."
I hate you.
I don't want to see you again. There's nothing out there for a battle stone. No good'll come to you. Get out of here. Leave me to tell father. He'd kill you if he knew. He takes a step back and walks away. He takes a step back from you.
Yeah, Folton looks back at the house, opens the door, and leaves. He doesn't say anything after.
Walks out. We see Folton walking away from the house, making his way through the streets of High Helm, and waiting for him by the gates is another dwarf. He's wearing armor, and he has a pair of twin axes on his back. You can see he's got a scar down one side of his face, and his hair is tied back. This is a dwarf who has seen something of the world. Folton recognizes it as Balfour Leadbeard. He is a master, dwarf weapon master. As he approaches, Balfour sees the look on Folton's face. Says, "How did it go, lad?"
It's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't belong here anymore.
Aye. That's the spirit. It wasn't easy for me when I left home either, but when I met you, I knew there was something special about you, you know? You've got a talent. You got a talent for more than smithing, you know? Look, I'm heading north to the River Kingdoms. That's no place for a young dwarf like yourself. You should head west. Put some of the things I taught you into practice. Maybe Varisia, somewhere like that. Find yourself a new family.
I don't need a new family. I just want to see the world and meet people and help anyone that needs helping.
He reaches into his pocket, takes out a small piece of dried meat, and says, "Here, for the road." Hands it to him.
That's good.
Never worked out what to call it. He claps you on the shoulder, says, "You're a good student, Folton Battlestone. Don't worry, it'll all come good in the end."
Aye.
He smiles, and the two of you, we see the Folton and Balfour part ways and head different directions out of the Five Kings Mountains. Folton, you take one last look back.
Do I?
Do you?
Oh, I thought you said you were narrating.
I'm wondering.
Sorry.
Does Folton
Ruined
stop?
that moment.
Does Folton pause at all on his way out?
He stops just outside the citadel and sort of puts his axe in his hand, twirls it around a bit, puts it back on his in his back. That's where all weapons go. They just stick to your back.
Hammer's face.
And then he looks to the horizon ahead of him and carries on.
Okay, he walks along, and as he walks, we look at his face. His face grows a little older, and we return to looking at it back in the tavern called That One Mug, in the docks of the city of Skelt, where the whole Danger Club are stood around. There are 3 bodies around you. One of them, Folton has just pounded the head of into a paste on the floor. One of them is alive. He is very badly bitten by Philippe, and has been hit with a magic missile or 2 from Bubba, who is still sat down at this point. And he currently has Shania and Philippe both sitting on him, pinning him to the ground.
Not on Bubba, on...
No. We're not going to. I know. I just say I know that I've been making a habit lately of starting off episodes with references to a departed character in the Danger Club podcast, and I know we've all had a good laugh about the fact that my awesome monster killed MZ, but I feel that is past, and I feel we need to stop making references to MZ. So I want to be clear that there will be no references.
Do you know what? I was just about to give mad props for what you just did there, you and Ross, but I'm just going to give it to Ross now. Right? And also, I want to give just another mad props to Scott. Throughout that whole story, was sharpening his pencil, and he did it so slowly and so quietly. It was so sick. It was just amazing. Like, while listening to that story, watching it.
I see you, pencil.
Yeah, mad props, but not to Dan.
Fair. You
No,
try to do
props to
something
Dan as well.
nice.
Props to Dan.
What would you like to do, Danger Club?
Bubba's going to stand up and like walk over to the rest of the club, even though I'm not sure if Bubba's part of the Danger Club yet. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, and he's just going to go and stand with them, looking over him. This guy.
Okay.
Is he conscious, this fellow?
This guy is conscious. Yes, he's hard to tell because he's wearing an iron mask over his face, which is exactly the same as the one that Uncle Gooden had. So it's an expressionless iron mask.
Bubba's just going to
Sorry. So Shania is sat on him, right?
Shania is sat on him.
She
yes.
takes his mask off.
Okay, you pull the mask from his face. He is a lad about 17 years old. He's got a kind of a wispy moustache, like a sort of failed half moustache going on there, and he's got quite bad skin. He's struggling to try and get out from underneath you as you pull the mask from him, and he spits a little bit of blood out of the corner of his mouth.
Caragor goes over and just takes his rope out and binds the guy's feet.
Okay.
Bubba just wants to reiterate what he was saying a moment ago. As I say, you better start talking, mate. Otherwise, do you know what I mean? And I start flexing my friendly talents.
You're very friendly.
It's so friendly.
Well. Looks like you better start chatting, little useful man.
Caragor just gives the entire place one more look over, just in case there was one person left in there. It was empty, wasn't it? But it'd just be hilarious if there was one one maid who was just like behind the bar, just like watching the entire time.
Now that the fight is over, you can see the barman poking his head back up from behind the bar, and you can see some of the patrons who are in there are beginning to come out of the side rooms, like they were all in the bathroom around the corner, like 5 or 6 of them.
Shall we take this somewhere not here?
I see what you mean. You mean maybe we shouldn't be doing it in front of all these poor people?
Aye.
Yes, we could take this outside.
I mean, should this lot leave though? Should they? I don't know.
Fulton.
I'm a bit nervous.
Gets wipes his hands on his clothes, starts pulling the guy from his foot outside.
Whoa, what the fuck, man? Hey.
Make a strength check.
Caragor puts one hand on the other rope and holds it back.
That is a 20.
A 20. So you successfully begin pulling the guy with both Philippe and Shania. And Caragor, do you want to make an opposed strength check to try and hold it back?
Hey, yeah, hang on, Fulton, mate, hang on. Whoa. Do you know what? Let's take it outside. Yeah.
Fulton drags the body with 3 members of the party.
This is a fun ride. Thanks, Folton.
Out of character, Dan, in our time here, how much city guard has Velda seen?
You've definitely seen there is city guard.
There is city guards.
You get the impression that if somebody were to go and report on them, which somebody might have already with the fight going on, they probably would turn up relatively soon.
Yes, I relay that to the group.
Sure.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
So, do we need to do anything with these bodies or anything like that?
I think probably just get out of here. I mean, they're dead.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, do we need to drag them back or like?
No, leave the bodies. It's not on us that some people came in here to murder us, and also anybody else tuning into the fact that there's masked men going around attacking people might be in our favour actually. So just leave them where they are. They made their own graves.
Yes.
You burn the tavern.
All right.
I drag him around. Are we going to go to the alleyway?
I don't know. Are you doing that in?
No, I'm just
out of
information out of
What is
character?
outside down?
There is an alleyway. If you can drag him round the back of the tavern. If you want somewhere quiet to go and talk to him, then that is an option to you. Taking him all the way back to sort of Captain Gumbo's barge would be that's quite a bit far to do. People are going to see that.
Okay, drag him.
I thought you were taking him outside to put a rock in his brain. That's why Caragor was trying to stop.
Oh,
You said you
Shania
would-
is still sat on top of him, and Philippe.
No, yeah, he's just quicker. He's just doing what you guys were like. Oh, should we take him outside? So he just was like, okay, cool.
All right, fine.
So
just watching Folton's like just up and then down and then like, oh yeah, it's fine now. I'm going to do this really chillfully. I just murdered him out with my thumbs. It's just like, whoa, what's he going to do?
he drags him to the side alleyway.
Cool.
Ooh, the alleyway. This is the funnest way of getting to the alleyway that I've ever had. Thank you, Folton. That was Philippe agreeing that it was
stops
fun.
at the entrance to the alleyway and keeps a lookout for the guards or stuff, people noticing and paying attention.
Okay. Tell us what you know or I'll kill you.
Yeah, that's right. What he said, and poke him in the nose.
The guy looks, or he goes, all hail the living God.
Oh, listen, mate. They ain't going to get you anywhere right now. Just stop being a dick.
Yeah, Shania slaps him a little bit in the face and goes, "Shut up! Who'd you work for?"
Exactly.
All hail the living
Oh
God.
my goodness, mate. Seriously,
wait.
don't be
What's the living god's name?
Rasmir.
Right, where is he?
Rasmiran.
Right, okay. That's two bits of information we didn't know previously, right?
I mean, yeah, well done.
He looks panicked for a moment as he realises he said something.
Kraken, what's your name, mate?
I am Clemg, son of Flemg.
Clem G, what sort of fucking name is that? Where'd you get that from? A fucking wall? You knob.
Yeah, he's right. You've got a silly, though strangely familiar name.
Clem. Sounds like something in the back of my throat. Clem.
That's my father, Flem.
Oh, Flem G, is it? I'll send him a letter. I'll punch him in the stomach.
Has Bubba got a man in the back of his throat?
Is his stomach underneath my bum? I'm just working on the physics of this at the moment.
So you're over his chest, right? You're just straddled him, kind of. Ish, yeah.
Yeah, I'm straddling him, yeah.
I pick up my axe and I rest it on his throat. If you don't tell us who you're working for and why you're here and everything my friends are asking, I will make this the most pain you've ever felt in your entire life before I kill you.
Make an intimidation check against the rest of the Danger Club. And me. And the monster.
16.
16, okay. There's going to be some bonuses to that as well. Yes. You can't frighten me, Pathfinders.
What makes you say that?
I serve the living God. The living God will protect me.
Fulton,
Clem, did the living god tell you himself to come and attack us?
Noala will never defeat us.
No.
She'll never bring down the true faith.
Right, who's Noala?
Right, okay, just run with it, I think. But yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean?
I get the feeling, Bubba, that Noala might be something to do with Pathfinders.
Oh, right.
Do you know what they are?
Not really.
Does anybody know what the Pathfinders are?
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can Velda hear?
So Velda, as you are waiting here, a group of city guard or town watch arrive, being led by someone you guess must have been in the tavern when the guys first come in. You see them go past you. They barely pay you any notice, and they go into the tavern for a little while.
I would like to very subtly message Caragor.
Okay.
Caragor, we've got company. They're in the tavern.
Gents, we've got to probably take this to a different alleyway.
So where you are, you're not in view of the street from where you are. You're sort of round the back of the tavern. So if they were to walk around and sort of look into the alleyway, they won't see what is going on.
No.
But obviously, if they decide they're going to cordon off the whole area and start exploring it, then they might.
Yeah.
And they will certainly hear if anything particularly loud
And a
goes
bunch of people just saw us leaving the tavern. Probably saying,
dragging
"Oh,
someone
take us
out."
to the alley." Yeah.
And just to confirm, what time of day is it?
So it's nighttime.
So the visibility is sort of on our side. If we wanted to move him somewhere.
Is there any? Do you have to go back out onto the street if we were to move him?
No, you could
Or is there
probably-
another alleyway we could?
You
head
could go
down?
through the back streets.
Okay. All right. Well, then Shania gets up, grabs him, puts him over her shoulder, and says, "Come on, then. Let's find a more private place to continue this conversation."
Wait, sorry, I learned this technique where Caragor just takes the ropes and then loosens a bit of the slack, extends it, puts it over the guy's mouth and puts it into his mouth so he's gagged as well.
Very nice.
I just know that for reasons.
Okay. Very clever. Yeah.
Velda comes and joins
There's a
everyone.
dark side to you, isn't there, Caragor? One thing.
I like to keep you in suspense. Grim optimism, nailed it! Surprise, grim optimism! Surprise, grim optimism!
I think we should go. I really think we should go now.
Yeah, we're going. Come
We
on.
go to
Yeah.
another
We walk to
alleyway.
alleyway.
A moment later, a guard wanders into the alleyway you were just in. Like, I could swear I heard a pun coming from but you are all gone by that point. So you make your way some way from the tavern, and you find another quiet back street a little further away from it, where you're able to carry on your conversation. It doesn't look like there's any sign of anyone following you at the moment. The guards don't look like they didn't look like they were rushing to shut the place down. You didn't, in the time you were waiting there, Velda, none of them came back out. So it looks like they're, I don't know, filing paperwork or dealing with it. They're all drinking their takeaway coffee cups, drawing chalk lines around everything. God, just another day in Skelt. So you're in an alleyway. What would you like to say to our friend?
Just on the way, I presume that everyone filled me in with what he said.
Mm-hmm. I asked the group about Noala and the Pathfinders.
Can I make... I mean, it's not going to be occultism. It's going to be religion, isn't it?
The Pathfinders. You can make whichever one you like. It'd be a culture check to know about the Pathfinders, or a society. Sorry,
Society.
Starfinder Society.
Yes, I shall make a society check.
As well.
That's
Can I
20.
assist? Oh, he's all right.
Is that 20? Yes. So you are aware the Pathfinder Society is an organisation based in Absalom, the city at the centre of the world. They are a group of explorers, theoretically. So they are a group of independent adventurers who go out and map old places of the world and investigate things, but they do have a very strong reputation for meddling in things. They are known for getting involved in serious situations, which some people think has been positive. Some people believe they have averted major catastrophes by getting involved. Other people think that they are a liability who stick their noses in places and stir up trouble where it wasn't wanted. How you feel about it is up to you, but you've heard both sides from various people. But you know they're a fairly major organisation. It's not impossible that they could have links in this part of the world.
I relay that to the team.
Okay. Noala, you know nothing about. That doesn't ring any bells.
So it stands to reason then that this living god has got some kind of vendetta against Noala and the Pathfinders, and they've ticked them off somehow, kicked a nest, and we've been blamed with it. I wonder
might have done.
why they've called us Pathfinders. I don't know if it's tarring with the same brush or if there's some other agenda at play, because I'm not a Pathfinder. Are you a Pathfinder? I was an Earwig and now I'm a Danger Club member, and that's it.
No,
Any other affiliations? Bubba? We know the least about you, mate.
Nah, mate. Nah. I'm just the bard. I say just the bard. I was a
you're not
big deal
just a
back
bard.
in the
I mean, the
place.
Pathfinders
but,
are very
I'm not
well
gonna
known
have
for
one now.
bard.
Thank you, mate.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, talk
Sorry,
over
mate.
me. It's fine, mate.
No,
Don't worry
that's
about
all
it.
So the Pathfinders are very well known as meddlers, and it's not too much of an assumption that if we were perhaps asking the wrong questions or pursuing something that they want to pursue, they would assume that we are Pathfinders.
Also, tactically, strategically, we've sort of just gained ourselves another ally. Because if the living god hates us and they hate the Pathfinders, then the enemy of my enemy Oh, I
is
thought one of you lot
also
was-
an
Is your,
enemy.
is your friend?
I thought one of you lot was going to do the finish off.
We are friends with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not sure. Do we know that the Pathfinders have a chapter in where we are?
In Skelt,
Yeah.
you don't really know enough about. You could maybe look into it, but you don't off the top of your head if they have a.
It would be contacting the Pathfinders.
They're called lodges.
Yes,
Pathfinder
yes.
I
lodges.
was just going to say, I love that. Did you make up the chapters bit, James?
Well, no, because it was sort of why.
I didn't know if they were actually called individual chapters. I just had a vision of Pathfinder, like Hell's Angels, just driving around a fantasy Cornwall in Scale at the moment. Like, it's pretty peak England at the the moment. Like,
that's kind of how I imagine them, sort of, because they have lodges and
they're
you
kind
have
of they're a bit more itinerant. They're kind of so they have lodges set up in different cities which are run by venture captains. Venture captains are sort of senior people within the organisation. They run the lodge, and any Pathfinders, any members of the Pathfinder Society who are passing through are free to stop in the lodge and stay there and use its resources and inquire about work. And so Pathfinders by nature tend to travel around the world, and when they stop off, they'll visit a lodge, and the venture captain might be like, oh yeah, it turns out there's a Goblin King rising up in the east, if you wanted to find some people to deal with that. So there's sort of hubs, but they're not necessarily. You do get groups of Pathfinders who stay in one place and just stay around one area because it's a big world and travelling takes a long time. But yes, they're not like sort of cells. There's not like Pathfinder's East Coast and so forth.
And just out of character, sorry, how long do we have before we've got to get back on the boat before Gumbo leaves?
He gave us a day.
About 12 hours.
Yeah.
12 hours.
But you get the impression he's probably not going to leave without you.
Without his
he
guards.
he also physically can't sail the boat by himself.
I mean, there is we could take this guy with us, couldn't we?
We could take him with us, or we could
We could
try and
essentially
we could try and shift all of this. If there's a local lodge, no matter how big, of Pathfinders in Skelt, we can go get some explanations. And if they know anything about the Mask of the Living God, the Living God, and if they know anything about, the fragments or anything like that, they could potentially feasibly help our search. Maybe narrow it down.
Yeah. I'd be up for leaving the guy with the local constabulary.
Probably,
to be honest, because they could probably use the heads up that the the Living Gods are operating in the town, and I don't think we need to label ourselves with a prisoner.
I'm just going to dip back into character midway through that sentence because we effectively had that in character, and also Velda. I think that's a good idea because Caragor makes a thumb at Folton just over his shoulder. The longer that kid stays with us, the longer
exactly
the less time he's going to have to live.
Exactly. I think we've seen enough blood today, so yes. Right.
So, we go somewhere over to try to find the lodge then of the Pathfinders, yeah?
It's a good idea, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And you're going to... What was your name again? Saying to the kid. Clem. Okay, so Clem, you're going to come on a little journey with us, yeah? Okay. I'll pick you up again. Let's put the thing back in his mouth. And
Actually, Shania, the way that those ropes are, in fact, you can carry him as a handhold. It's weird.
Oh,
the way that all suspension works.
She slings him over his shoulder like a lovely bag, like a Dior bag.
It'd be good. It should feel quite... Never mind.
That's good. Yeah. This is good. You enjoy this, Clem? Yeah. Okay. Good. Great. Okay.
Clem's doing the voices. Dad's gonna start doing our voices. We're swapping it around. It's Freaky Friday.
Folton. Clem G. What a stupid fucking name, man.
Folton walks over to Clem G, who is over Shania's
Folton?
shoulder, and buries his axe into the head of the kid. And then says, "No baggage."
You ruined my bag. What the hell, man? Jeez, I was really getting used to this.
I was just trying to cheer you up, mate.
There's no cheering me up anymore.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
It doesn't need saying, but Clem G is dead.
Can Bubba
Schneider is
just
covered in blood now.
Can Bubba just have a check and see if there's anything on Clem that might,
Yeah. So you search him over. He has nothing really on him. He's not armed, and he doesn't seem to have any potions, or there's certainly no documents or anything like that.
Okay.
Whether any of the other bodies had anything on them, you don't know. They're with the authorities now.
Cool.
Okay, so Shania hangs his body over a near post and goes, "Bye, Clem. You looked nice on my shoulder," and walks off.
I think we should go.
Caragor is just looking at Velda for a minute or so.
Yeah.
And then just goes over to Clem and mutters something about it's fine bloody rope work that is. Nearly tore right through my work ropes that did. Absolute nightmare. I've got 50 foot of that. You might watch it. He had. Takes the rope off and puts it back in his bag.
You take the rope off. The body falls from. You take it down from where it's been hung up. You take the rope off and you leave Clem lying in the street.
Bloody silk as well. Doesn't even chafe on the skin. Can we just mapping the crime scene, they're now going to know that we left with the body and now the body's going to be dead outside. So although we weren't culprits before, we've just become culprits now. So are we going to hide that body? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, the others.
Well, it depends how good their forensics are and how they might not care. Actually, they might just be like, "Oh well, he's dead now. Whatever." Yeah, fuck it. Let's.
I think they wonder how a guy got away from it and then ended up in a bag and dead.
Well, I mean, he's not in a bag. He was the bag.
Oh, he was the bag. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought
he was the bag.
Didn't put a bag on him. That's stage 2. You got to work up to that.
Right. But he's now dead.
Anyway, we're going to the path. We're going to try and find the Pathfinder Lodge. Does anyone know where it is?
No.
Don't even know if there is one.
No, we don't.
Can I make a knowledge?
Knowledge local.
It would be, again, it would be society to know, but you kind of covered that already. But you can ask around. You can start you can use diplomacy to start talking to people and trying to find it out.
Yeah, I don't think
Can we go to like is there a different bar?
I think I've got a thing called No Direction.
Let's go to a different bar. I reckon we should go to like a different bar. Be really like stealth about it. Just ask someone if they know if there's a lodge in the town.
All right, I could use a drink.
Yeah, let's do that.
You
keep it on the quiet though.
All right.
But sorry, just 1 second. I'm pretty sure I've got a No Direction. Like I think it's a spell.
We know you have no direction. I believe unless let's have a check. Unless
discerns north.
Yeah, unless it's changed in second edition.
Okay.
No Direction tells you where true north is.
Okay.
Which is potentially very useful if you're underground, but unless the Pathfinder Society are north, which they might be.
Mm.
So you walk away. Sadly, Clem G, son of Flem G, is dead, killed fairly by a superior foe. And you walk away down the street and find a different bar. This one is called the Jolly Tap. And you make your way in, get some drinks, and start having a chat. Start talking to locals. So, what sort of things do you want to ask them? What do you want to use to ask? And crucially, who wants to be doing the asking?
Is there a Pathfinder Lodge? That's probably the question, really. Is there a Pathfinder Lodge in the city?
Just ask the barman. All right, mate. What are you grateful for, mate?
I'm grateful for this fine wine that I just got in. Can I sell you some of it?
I mean, yeah. I'll have some. I have a glass of wine. What about you lot?
Do you have any yak's milk?
I don't sell yak's milk.
Yak's
Do you know what? I didn't think you were gonna, but it was worth the attempt at a callback. So,
any other like milks that are alcoholic? I guess that yak's milk is alcoholic.
That's all right, mate. I'm okay.
Well, fair enough. Just trying to help you out.
I mean, I have milk. I have some goat's milk. We could put a shot of blood wine in
goat's milk.
Yes.
Goat's milk.
No, not goat's milk. Goat's milk.
That's what I'm saying. Goat's milk.
Goat's milk. You're saying milk differently now as well.
No, I'm not.
Goat's milk.
What's wrong with what? Why would you serve goat's milk?
5 wines. Just five wines, please. Just give me some of five of your best wines. Yeah.
All right, 5 of my best wines. He pours you 5 glasses of wine, pushes them across, and says, "That will be 3 gold pieces, please."
Nah. That's too much, bro.
That's. I've opened the bottle now. You've ordered my best wine.
You're going to give it to us for free. I'll use intimidate.
This is going well. We're back on episode 1.
11.
Yeah, right.
and 11.
Yeah.
He looks at you and says, "How dare you walk in here and start threatening me to steal my wine?
No, it's quite
is this
all right.
robbery?"
Come on, Folton. Let's go and sit down. Me and Folton are going to go and sit down. And I gently hustle Folton away and find a table somewhere and sit down.
You leave the wine.
Caragor looks at the people leaving the bar, goes, "Oh, all right, I'll get the round then." That's on me then. Here you go. Caragor slides over 3 gold coins and go, "Here you go. I'll pay for your grape milk." You weirdo. And then takes a glass of wine.
Caragor, sorry about that, mate. I didn't realise it was going to be that much.
That's all right, mate. Don't worry.
I was going to pay for it, but
No, that's all right, mate.
Got confused.
It's just a simple social foible. You seem to get confused a lot.
I'm a bit confused, right now.
That's all right, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't worry a little shiny beak about it. All right, we've got the wines. We're going to have a little chat and not get arrested.
Before we
Does it look shiny?
Before we leave, Shania asks the barman. So listen, is there any Pathfinder lodges in town?
So you walk up to the bar, you order the best wine. Folton threatens the man, Caragor pays the man, and then Shania starts interrogating. The man...
Not interrogate, just asking.
Just asking. Friendly.
Just asking a question.
I just assume it was Shania. The man says... Pathfinders. Oh. I can't say I've heard much about Pathfinders around here. Karen, do you know anything about Pathfinders? Karen, that's the name I came out with.
I was going to say, so Karen, is she the manager?
In this world, Karens are the managers.
Oh, it's a crazy world.
It's a fantasy world. I make a diplomacy check.
Yeah, okay. That is 19.
A 19?
No. Yes.
There's a good diplomacy check. Karen thinks for a moment. Says, I think there used to be a lodge in Tamron. I think that's probably the closest one. That's the only one I know of in Nirmathas. It burned down, I think, a few years ago.
Burnt down? For how long ago?
Well, not maybe a year ago, something. Maybe slightly less, something like that.
Just out of interest, you have any ideas for the reasons for this?
Oh, I don't get involved in things like that. Pathfinders are nothing but trouble.
I see. Okay, right. Thank you.
Ask around in Tamron if you want to know more. I can't say why you want to get mixed up in their business.
No, we maybe have some things that we need to tell them. Anyway, okay, good. Bye.
You head back. Actually, you see the barman.
I hope that was in character as well. When he finished, Drum just looked across the table at me and shrugged and did the panicked face. I hope Shania did that as she left the bar and came back to us.
That's why she came back. I don't know why I said. I just started coming out of my mouth. I don't know.
That was all right. That was good. That was good.
Okay.
Shania. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was
okay.
helpful. Thank you, Shania.
I was trying so hard to be normal.
You know what? You be yourself, Shania. That's better.
Okay.
Than
Bubba sips on the wine and then goes, fucking hell. Have you tried this wine?
No, I will have a sip.
Fuck me, it's good actually.
Caragor just looks very keen and sort of uses his monster hunting sense when Bubba sips from a glass with his beak.
That is
He sort of just
proper
puts the
that.
end of it.
It's fascinating.
Has he got like a long tongue, like a hummingbird? Like
sort of like chewing it. What? Has he even got teeth?
on his palate, just kind of. It's just sort of. It's like a flamingo. He kind of like shakes his head about in it and then just throws it back and cracks his beak around. It is very good wine. I can tell you that. It is.
I won't do that.
He wasn't underselling his wine. It is fantastic.
Shania will have a sip.
Just out of interest. Just.
Yes.
There you go.
Caragor too will have a sip.
We've all got our own ways of drinking wine. We've just discovered this. Hooray!
I don't know what you mean.
Fulton, are you trying the wine?
No, don't ask me to. That will kill someone.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're right. It's crazy talk.
Oh my god.
That was a couple of minutes on just drinking.
It was a couple of minutes of wine drinking sounds.
I tell you what, the kid from that movie Driver, the Edgar Wright movie, could make a sick remix out of all of those things.
Yeah.
I'm interested. Does Velda still have prestidigitation as a spell? Prestidigitation. Everyone's favourite hard to pronounce spell. Just because Shania is covered in Clem G's blood. And so it might be good if you've got a spell that could have cleaned her up before walking into this bar. Otherwise, you are quite the sight right now.
Just really likes a wine.
It's wine. It's wine. I just start pouring some white wine on it.
Give me your most expensive white.
The good news, no.
So Shania Rain is covered in blood. A few of the Folton's hands are covered in blood from where he punched that guy. Some of it you could have wiped off, but you have been in a fight tonight, so it's not massively unusual. You have seen other people around. This is a pretty classy bar, but you have seen other people around Skelt who look like they've been in fights for it. This is it's a hub, so you get adventuring parties coming through. It's not that unusual, although Shania is the only person in this room who looks like she stepped out of a Carrie movie. It's not quite that, but it's...
Can we now notice that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's just struck me, drinking this wine.
It's bloody good, isn't it?
It is bloody good, yes, that's very good.
It's good claret, you know.
Well, it got me thinking that, Shania, you're covered in blood.
What?
You're covered in blood.
Oh, shit.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You're covered in what we...
Oh, my God, you're right.
Not realise this before we walked in this bar.
You know, these days, I don't even notice these things, you know.
It's funny because you
and
called
especially
your...
because, you know, because I used to wear the bandages so much, so it would have been a real stain, you know. But with just my dark shrouds, it really, you know, I barely even notice.
It's amazing, actually, that you are wearing black clothes, so that it even shows up
it's
at
good,
all.
and my skin color is also quite dark, so it just kind of looks like a sheen.
I think you look great, Shania.
Oh, thank you so much.
Caragor's lips curling and watching Shania covered in blood.
No, this is good wine, isn't it? Set you talk.
Can Bubba do a little perception and see if people are just looking at us as if to, you know, because we're covered in blood? And
Tell you what, it's got a real torture garden down this end of the table. Okay, go ahead and make a perception,
He's a
Bubba.
little bit worried about this sort of thing. It's all right. It's pretty good, this roll.
They're
I'll
my
tell you what
favourite
it is
rolls
in
of
a
yours.
minute. Because I've forgotten where my perception is.
It should be at the top of your sheet. It's normally quite near the top.
Yeah. I should have looked at this before we started again.
Tell us what it is. On
It's
the die.
21.
21, yep. So people are noticing, but not to the point that people are sort of running away. You don't see anyone kind of leaving as if they're trying to get away from it. But you have been noted by most people in the bar.
Cool.
It's
Yeah,
better to be noticed.
just looking around, people are noticing us. I'm just thinking if those guards that were in the other bar are looking for us, if they come in here, mate, we might look.
You know, I don't think they're going to care that much. As you know, these living god guys, they're a real pain in the ass. I think they'll be happier with them just dead.
But they
you know? I
don't know
think
that they're living
gonna
god,
be on
do
a
they?
manhunt.
They won't know because there's no one there to talk to them.
Yes.
I think
Yeah, somebody killed the last person who could say that.
Maybe we should.
Well, yeah.
I know it was. Yes, I was there.
I'm just thinking maybe we should head back to the boat, like make a camp, so we keep on the sly or whatever.
I think that might be a good idea.
But by the way, there's not really any lodges to go to and chat to anyone around here. Ask the barman.
Oh right, yeah, that's what we.
So that was why we came in. Remember this?
Oh yes.
Who remembers this? Anyone remembers this?
Wine.
This wine's so good.
It's really good.
so good.
I might get another one. No.
It is really good wine.
Mine's nearly finished.
Yeah, so is mine. Right, I'm all finished. Let's
Right,
go.
let's go then.
Yeah. Wait. Let me just finish. Yeah, I'm done. Okay.
Folton, you're not going to drink yours?
No.
How good.
We all put a straw in.
Just fish bubble.
Caragor looks and studies Bubba as he tries to use a straw with a beak. He eats it. He eats the straw, right? I get it.
It's the kind of bar where using straws to drink wine draws more attention than
Yeah.
Okay, now we need to leave.
Yeah, we should probably go.
It's time to go, guys.
Quite right, too, says a woman. You make your way out of the bar. Where are you going to head now? What's the plan?
Back to the boat.
Back to the boat.
Back to the boat. Can we do it on the back streets? Can we do
Sure.
Can we go the back way?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking the back streets. As,
Hey, let's go the back way.
As Smash Mouth say.
Yeah.
You take the back streets.
Okay, we take to the back streets. Maybe there's a little bit of singing.
We could be the Backstreet
there's
Boys,
no singing.
couldn't we? We could call us.
Yeah.
There's no singing.
I know we're not all boys, are we?
Why would
But-
there be singing?
Because we've all had this beautiful wine and we're in the back street.
Yeah, but we've had the wine
And
of
so we
stealth.
go, oh.
We had the wine of only having. This is the one place where we haven't actually been searched
Yeah.
for by the constabulary.
Oh, yeah.
I like the fact as well, like in this world, it's only been about an hour since we told Folton his brother died, and he's like really distraught. and we're just like la 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 la. We're just all having a laugh.
We've had some lovely wine.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but personally, I'm trying to distract him. Okay.
Oh, that was out of character, by the way.
Oh, right, yeah.
He's
Sorry, they're similar accents, aren't they?
I'm not sure he's going to be distracted. He did just murder a teenager. I'm not sure he's going to be that distracted from much else.
That's why I'm trying to show him the good time, you know. I think
the last time I tried to distract him, like he killed that boy. So
I literally just did. Are you doing? Oh, is it a thing where
no,
you
I'm
mimic?
just saying that, like. Oh, yeah. I'm just saying that.
All right, okay.
No,
some reason when you say it, it's like you got a bit more oomph to it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if there's like a different stat involved for that.
It's just the way I carry myself.
Yeah.
You make your way through the back
Friendly claws.
through the back streets, and arrive back at the Rusty Bottom as it is moored up.
Show me the way back to the boat. I'm tired of living in a moat. I had a little wine about 30 minutes ago, and it's gone right to... Oh, no, fuck it. God
Shania, your voice changed strangely at the end of that song.
Oh, no, I flamed the fuck out of it. Oh, fuck. I was on to sing. I was trying to sing the song is the sings, but it did not happen. Ooh, that sounded good.
As if Shania needed to seem any more like she might be possessed by some demon, as every now and then she just switches into a really deep voice.
No, fuck you. No, fuck you, mate. Anyway, okay, so we're back at the boat, right?
You get back to the boat. Captain Gumbo has just finished cooking dinner for everybody. He's made fried chicken. You're not sure how he's got a fryer on the ship or how he's gone about doing it, but he seems to have managed it.
Where'd he get those chickens?
He's making a fry up for our drunken... Oh, good.
Yes, you are good. You're a good captain.
Welcome home, Danger Club. Thank you for helping me get things ready in Scout. Have you enjoyed your evening?
Yes.
I mean...
Splendid.
Yeah,
It's been splendid.
We got into a bit of a shingle ding.
It's had its highs and it's had its Merlots.
Oh, this is good, yeah.
Grim optimism nailed it.
There was a bit of whining going on.
Yes. I had to go to the toilet and have a Shiraz.
What?
What was that?
What?
What? I thought that was...
I do not understand the context of these references.
It's okay, neither do most of us. It's fine.
Is this chicken?
Yes.
Caragol would like to roll an insight check on that.
Go ahead. Go to make a perception. You can make a nature check to identify what the animal you are eating is.
24.
24. It is chicken.
Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, it's chicken. Oh, yeah.
Chicken's a bird, right?
Yes, but you are not a bird.
Exactly. Thank you very much,
You
Gumbo.
are a guy.
Yeah.
I have
Do you know
learned.
gumbo's a food?
Yeah, it's a big mixtures of things.
Yeah, but you're not a food.
I'm not a food, and you're not a food, and monkey is not a guy. We
Yeah.
on the same page.
Now, I wish to take umbrage with you.
What?
I wish to take umbrage with you.
What? No, don't take umbrage. Just leave. There's been plenty of umbrage tonight. Just leave the umbrage.
But he keeps saying that Philip is not a guy. Philip is a guy.
No,
he's
Philip's
my
a
guy.
monkey.
What?
He's a monkey.
Yeah, he's my monkey guy. He's more of a guy than any of you fuckers.
Oh, that's so...
I've got stolen some of the wine.
Velda just looks awkward and eats some chicken.
Is the fox a guy?
Don't bring the fox
He's
into
the
it now.
monkey.
No,
a
no,
guy.
no.
We're going to have to draw you like a flow chart or something.
No, look. My fox is called Jin, and he's a fox.
He's a fox, but a fox is not a guy.
Nope.
But a monkey is a guy.
He is of the male gender.
This monkey is a guy. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I'm telling you now. This monkey is a guy. Okay, you got that?
Are all monkeys guys or just this monkey?
I mean, most animals are kind of guys. Okay, this is the thing. That it's the thing. All right, it's important that you understand this.
Well,
all right?
no, sorry, I was going to let you go. Most animals are guys.
Look, I'm speaking in the metaphors of the fucking goblin, okay? All right, he's saying.
I see. As if they have sentience and if they talk and.
Yeah. You know, it's a fucking. So animals. You need to love them the same.
Does Philippe talk?
What?
Does Philippe talk?
We communicate.
Does he talk?
He don't know. He does not talk. He doesn't say words.
Hey, Philippe. Hey, Philippe. Philippe. Hey, Philippe.
Go.
If you're a guy, say something. Philippe. I'm just saying that is...
But, so he has to say something to you for him to be a guy?
Oh, this is getting deep. I'll get the wine.
Yeah. He gets some wine out and pours some wine for everyone.
Hey, Folton.
Hey.
He reaches into his bag and takes out a folded up piece of paper.
I need your captain's hat. Because we captain. Can't be captain without a hat.
Hey. Captain.
Captain.
Zelda takes a drink.
I'm glad that you brought the wine. I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed now.
How good is this wine compared to?
This wine is bad wine.
This is like $3.99 from the shop round the corner.
Because we're already drunk, it doesn't matter, right?
Yes.
It tastes the same now.
This is your.
But we only had one glass of wine.
Yeah, but it was so good.
What I'm worried about.
So good. We actually had 1 1/5.
It's true.
My concern was that when Drum was talking about wine, that you were rolling the dice in your hand.
I saw that. I was going to say something.
In a slightly intimidating and also arousing fashion. How
That's
good's
my
this
MO.
wine? How good?
Intimidating and arousing.
I just like the way when Dan says he pours you a wine, it looks like he's pouring from one of those like soda pumps that you get in a bar.
That's how cheap this wine is.
Yeah.
It's just
like he pours you a wine.
Box.
Yeah, right.
Just says wine. It's not even doesn't even have a brand name or anything on it.
Red.
Yeah, red
Tesco
wine.
value.
Goblin House wine. So you spend an evening.
What are you doing it for now? That's
See what it felt like. See what it felt like. Okay, to be constantly slightly threatening and slightly.
It's like being in West Side Story. What?
Would you feel more comfortable if we drank wine in initiative rounds? Yes, been a couple of episodes.
All right.
So you have some wine. You've finished the rest of your meal, and you get a little bit of rest. And you don't.
Is everyone going to bed?
That is a decision for the rest of you.
Yeah.
I can only lead you to the bed. I cannot make you go to bed.
Except
Philippe. Philippe goes to bed.
When everyone's going off, Velda just holds back Caragor, just to have a little chat. And Caragor, this is everyone else is gone. Caragor.
Aye.
I know that Folton, he's been through a lot, but he needs to be watched. He murdered that boy today.
I was surprised you didn't say anything, actually.
To be honest, he's scaring me a little, and I can see why he did it, but I didn't think that raising that in the town was a good idea, and I thought it was best left spoken about now.
Aye.
And he's going through a lot at the moment, and he's going to need our help and support, but he can't go around murdering people and threatening the barman in the bar. Could you speak to him maybe and just find out, if we can open him up or if anyone can?
Yeah, I can. It's a good point, well raised.
I just think if we get to where we're going and he's still in this state of mind,
did you see when he pulled out? When he yanked that fellow out and Shania and Philippe was sat on his chest, and did you see when I tried to stop him?
Yes.
Did you see what happened when I tried to stop him, Velda?
He just
carried us all out.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
No, I'm all right, but when it comes to redirecting in physics and what have you, and pushing off things and all that kind of stuff, I'm great at. But when it comes to a one-on-one strength test with me and Folton, I'm probably not going to come out on top. So I will watch him and I'll have a word with him.
Yes.
But if he raises his axe at something, I'm probably not going to get in the way.
Well, you saw
unless it's you or something or Shania.
Well, yes, obviously that's the case. I don't think he'd hurt any of us, but I'm. That's why I didn't say anything. To be honest, if Folton wants to go around and start axing people, he's going to do it. And we need to make sure we
point it in the right direction.
Point him in the right direction, and also maybe speak to him.
Yeah. Well, we'll be pointing him in the right direction when we go to Tamran, because we're going to come across these guys again.
Well, we can speak to him on the boat. I just thought I'd raise... I saw you looking at me, and yes.
Yeah, all right, yeah. I'll have a word with him.
I think we could all have a word with him, but just we're here for him, but... Anyway, good chats. Good night, Caragor.
Oh, good night. Oh, yeah.
Velda leaves.
Caragor was just doing the eyebrow dance, trying to come up with some plans. Literally took an in-breath and went, oh, right, okay. Oh, night, Velda.
Night, Velda.
What? Were you listening the entire time? Where are you?
No, just getting some more wine.
Whoa, I don't see you. That was weird.
And the boat begins to make its way out of Tamron the next morning.
I was about to say, just on its own. Just Cambo's drinking wine. Everyone's in bed. The boat's just fucking off.
Yeah, the boat just beaches. Sets on fire.
That was the end of the Danger Club.
So next morning the boat makes its way out of Skelt. Some cool montage music plays. We see the Bureau de Change. We see Melchior de Change and Sandra de Change. Sandra giving him an evil side eye, and then stopping and looking over at a bench in the corner and thinking about it. We see the local city watch looking at some papers and then shoving them in the cold case file and slamming it shut. We see a barman pouring a shot of something alcoholic into some milk, tasting it, and then looking like he's discovered something miraculous. And we see Folton standing on the prow of the Rusty Bottom as it makes its way away from Skelt and towards Tamran. And that is where we leave it for tonight.
Tamran.
I was going to do
Tamran.